Alrighty, for mathematics today you will have two worksheets. You have M1A and you have M1B. So make sure those are in front of you. Take your pencil, and on both, the very first thing that you do is write your name. Good. Now, in this maths today, you are really going to have to pay attention and listen to what it is that I'm saying. So, switch on those brains for these two activities. Now this, immediately, we can classify or identify this graph as a pictograph, okay, or a pictogram, because it has pictures to show information. That is how we know it's a pictogram. Find information in a pictograph. Pictograph. Use the pictograph to answer the questions. Good. So immediately we can see Jane has 4 balloons, Roberto has 6 balloons, Dan has 3, Greg has 8, Sarah has 4. Now, Jane, Roberto, Dan, Greg, and Sarah all played balloon pop at the school carnival. This pictograph shows how many balloons each student was able to pop. It's very important that we look for the key. Do you remember yesterday I said that's one of the most important things of a pictograph is to look at the key. This 4 could mean 40, it could mean 20. It depends on how much one balloon represents on the pictograph. Lucky for us, each balloon equals one balloon. So we don't have to think of any sums or whatever. Jane popped 4 balloons because one balloon is 1, means represents 1. That makes our life much easier when we have to answer this. So Jane popped 4 balloons, Roberto popped 6 balloons, Dan popped 3, Greg popped 8, Sarah popped 4. Now, number 1. Which 2 students popped the same amount of balloons? You will have to write down 2 students' names. Go find them. Which 2 of the students popped the same amount of balloons? Read your graph and then answer the question. Which 2 of the students popped the same amount of balloons? Which 2 of these names have the same amount of balloons next to them? Pause if you're not finished. Number 2, which student popped the most balloons? Which one of these kids popped the most balloons? Switch on those brains of yours. Read your graph. Which one of the students popped the most balloons? Number 3, I want a name here. And I want 2 names there. Number 3. Pause if you're not finished. Number 3. Which student popped 6 balloons? Which one of these children popped 6 balloons? Write the name on the line at number 3. Pause if you're not finished. Number 4. How many balloons did Jane pop? Now you write the number. How many balloons did Jane pop? Good. And then number 5, how many more balloons did Roberto pop than Dan? Here we go with the how many more. In our word sums, we learned that usually means minus. That usually means minus or subtract or take away. Because how many more means you have to figure out what is the difference between this child's and the other child's. So how many more balloons did Roberto pop than Dan? You will take Roberto's balloons minus Dan's balloons. That way we will figure out what the difference was between Roberto's balloons and Dan's balloons. So I want a minus sum, a take away sum here, and the answer. Alrighty, pause if you're not finished. I'm moving on to the Venn diagram. Now, our Venn diagram, here we go. You were given 2 big circles that overlap because you guys know that for a Venn diagram, we need the middle for those objects or sets that belong to both sides. Now they have been labeled. Okay, see, this is going to be, I don't know how you guys say it. It can either be vases of roses or vases of roses. I actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, I don't know which one I say. Let me think. Please put the rose in the vase. Okay, vase. I say vase. Vases, but vases. Vases. I'm going to say vases because that just feels more vases, vases. Whatever. Vases of gardenias. Okay, apparently I do say vases. Vases of gardenias. Cut out the pictures given at the bottom of the page and glue them on the Venn diagram. I'm going to do a few with you, so I don't want you to stress. First things first, put everything down. You guys at home, put everything down and look at the video. Cool. Let's talk about this. They say cut out the pictures given at the bottom of the page and glue them on the Venn diagram. Now, at the bottom of the page, there are a bunch of pictures of flowers. Here is these whitish ones, the ones that are very light gray. These are the gardenias, and the ones next to them are the roses. So this vase holds a gardenia and a rose. This vase holds 2 roses. This vase has a rose and a gardenia. This vase has 2 gardenias. This vase has a rose and a gardenia. This vase has 2 roses. This vase also has 2 roses. This vase has 2 gardenias. This vase has 2 gardenias. This vase has a gardenia and a rose. This vase has 2 roses. I like this vase. And this vase has 2 gardenias. Good. So, do not pick up anything yet. What you are going to do, first listen to everything that I say, and then you can start. So you are still not holding anything in your hand, you are watching me. Oh, the date. Date, you can then go right, 3-9-2020. You are not doing that yet. You still have nothing in your hands. You are watching me. Good. The first picture. Let's start with the first picture. All right. The first picture is is of a gardenia and a rose. Now here they say, I'll just wait for it to focus again. Okay. Here they say vases of roses, and here they say vases of gardenias. Now will I put this in the roses circle or in the gardenia circle? I will put it in the middle where they overlap, because this vase has gardenias and it has roses. So what? Do not do anything yet. You are still just listening. I will tell you when you can start doing something. Okay, so you are going to glue this and you are going to put it in the middle, because this vase has both of them. If we put it in this circle, this half or this part of the circle that says vases of roses, we are saying that there are only roses in the vase, and that's not true. If we put it in this side of the circle, we said that the vase only has gardenias, and that's not true. It has both, so we put it in the middle. The next picture. The next picture looks like this. It is 2 roses in a vase. Now, where will we paste this one? Are there any gardenias in this vase? Nope, only roses. So we can't put it in the middle. We can't put it in the middle because if we put it in the middle, then we say it has roses and gardenias, which is not the truth. It only has roses, so we paste it on the side that says vases of roses. Okay, let's take a look at another one. We put it only in that part of the circle because it only has roses. It does not mix. We do not need to use the middle. The next picture again is a vase with 2 roses. Good. Now we've already had a case like this one, so the one with the 2 roses we put in our roses part of the circle because it only has roses. This is where we will place the vases of gardenias, and in the middle we put the mixed ones. Next picture is a vase with only gardenias. Good, so the vase with only gardenias goes on the side that says vases of gardenias. Alright, because there are no roses, so it does not overlap. There are 8 more pictures for you to go do. Think about it before you do it. Venn diagrams are very simple if you just read what it is that they ask for you and look for the space that shows the information. Alright, enjoy this activity.